Casey, Anthony's former roommate, has claimed she's lying about everything that happened when her daughter Caylee mysteriously vanished in June 2008 and was later discovered dead. During an interview for Casey Anthony, Her Friends Speak, which airs Sunday on Reelz, Clint House spoke about the Florida woman's behavior before, during, and after her 2-year-old went missing. One particular instance he referred to was Anthony's attitude after she was acquitted and said, "I sleep pretty good at night," claiming it wasn't the regular response for a woman who had lost her child. "She's lying about everything," he said in the episode, that begins 8 p.m. sees him cry at the spot Caylee's body was dumped. And that interview, where she says she sleeps pretty good at night, "Are you kidding me? If I was put on trial for killing my kid, and I was acquitted because I didn't do it, as soon as I walked out those doors at the courthouse, I would be on a manhunt trying to find out who killed my kid. I wouldn't sleep again until I found out who killed my kid. That says everything you need to know." House was mentioning a comment she made to the Associated Press in 2017. Anthony said, "I don't give a st about what anyone thinks about me, I never will. I'm okay with myself, I sleep pretty good at night." But House was also convinced she played a part in her child's death due to her actions prior to Caylee being reported missing. The toddler disappeared June 16 that year, and her grandmother told authorities she was gone a month later on July 15. House officially lived with Anthony's then-boyfriend Anthony Lazzaro, Campana and Nathan Lesniewicz, but said that was just a technicality as she too stayed over on a regular basis. He saw her participate in a hot body contest at a Fusion nightclub event he hosted, when she should have been worried about her baby's whereabouts. "At that time, none of us knew that Caylee was missing," he explained, adding they weren't alarmed at her actions at the time because she hadn't even mentioned her daughter had vanished. "We couldn't be surprised. We weren't surprised until after the fact, until police were talking about it, asking questions. Until the media got a hold of it and things exploded. We were shocked and surprised that she could be out here doing what she had been doing that night, and meanwhile, her child is missing. It came as a big shock once we found out about it. But we just didn't know. Even before she went on trial, she didn't seem rattled when he saw her in downtown Orlando. She just didn't seem like there was anything wrong," said House. "She was like, 'Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.' Then we went our separate ways." That's the hardest part about this whole story, is that she was just completely so normal during the time Caylee was supposedly missing. Anthony originally claimed her child went missing with a babysitter, and her attorneys later argued Caylee accidentally drowned. He said in the interview he hasn't heard from Anthony since then, but people pretending to be her have contacted him on Facebook. With Anthony spending so much time in his residence, House said he met Caylee a few times and called her intelligent. He said she was probably one of the sweetest little girls, very articulate for her age. You could understand 90% of the words that were coming out of her mouth when she was talking to you. She seemed just so full of life, and she was just a great little girl. She was very well behaved." To this day, House maintains the Anthony their friendship group saw was a very loving, attentive mother who never got angry at her child. "Share this article, share. I even testified to that in the trial. That is what I saw with my own 2 eyes," he said on the program. "I never saw her grab Caylee in any kind of abusive manner. I never saw her have to discipline Caylee, because Caylee was such a well-behaved child, she just seemed like a good mom. Despite 10 years having passed since Caylee's remains were found on the side of the road, House said the tragic story still affects us to this day. As he visited the site for the first time, the man, who is now a father himself, tearfully reflected on the toddler's death. "There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself, or to hear something like that. It was like a punch in the gut," he recalled about hearing Caylee had vanished. He continued, "How was it that all the searchers missed this? It was harrowing to be there and see the leftover remains of all the people that had come and put stuffed animals that had started to decompose into the dirt. That was just really hard, knowing that's where she ended up. She didn't deserve that at all. She really didn't."